Good morning. Listening to Ethereal Calm Journeys this morning while we do our yoga. Sacred energy to recharge the mind, body, and spirit. And I've decided to use my mat today. Please feel free to use whatever you're comfortable with, whether that be your chair or a mat. I'll still loosen us up, put us in our posing, wind us down, and then give us a short guided meditation. If you are in a chair, remember to make sure that your wheels are locked. We want your chair secure, no falling. Starting with the head, rotating in a circular motion. Remember to keep our breath going as we're moving. That keeps the energy flowing. Opposite direction when you're ready. Good, move down to the arms and the shoulders and rotate them. Opposite direction when you're ready. Down to the wrists. Stretch the fingers. Good. Straighten the legs and shake energy to the knees. Lift side to side and lift up the hips. Bring the feet about chair width apart or mat width apart and rotate the ankles. And stretch the toes. Good, I'm going to have us make that big circle. We're going to bring them to about shoulder width length. And we're going to gently tilt back. Good, release the arms down to the side, bringing the head to center, so either to the arms or down to the mat. Hands back together above the head and down to the heart center. Gently twist to one side, back to center, and twist to the other side. Back to center and release the arms. Shake them out. Good, one knee, we're gonna bend, bring in towards the heart center. Good, push the knee back down till the foot hits the floor or the mat. Other side, bend the knee and then bring the knee into the heart center. Good, gently push the knee until the foot hits the floor or the mat. Good, we're gonna do both. Knees. Good, release. Push the knees down till the foot hits the mat or the floor. Good, we're gonna go back up, bending the knees, back into the heart center. Other hand on top this time. Good, gently push the knees down again. One ankle just above the knee. Good, we're gonna put, good, hand below the ankle or underneath the foot, and the knee, we're gonna bring the leg up towards the heart center. Good, back down above the knee. Good, release and straighten the leg. Other side, bend the knee. In. Good, ankle above the knee. Good, and then we're gonna bring the leg up to the heart center. Good, back down. Unstep and release. Shake the legs out. Good, going back to that first side. Ankle above the knee. We're going to make that big circle, hands together above the head, down to the heart center, out into Goddess. Bring the hands together at the low back. Good, we're going to fold forward and back up. Release the arms, release the leg, and back down. Good, other side, bend the knee. Ankle above the knee. Good. Make that big circle again. Hands together above the head. Down to the heart center. Good. Release out into Goddess. Good. Straight out to each side. We're going to half fold again. Good. Back up. Hands back into Goddess. Release the foot, straighten the leg. Give yourself a big hug. Elbows down towards the abdomen. Open the arms back up, straight to each side. Back up above the head. Down to the heart center. Open into Goddess. Another hug, other arm on top this time. Taking the elbows up towards the forehead, opening the arms back up into Goddess. Bringing the hands behind the neck, chin to chest. Back up, elbows together. Straighten the arms. Bring the hands together, back up towards the ceiling. Back into Goddess. Bring the hands together at the low back. Up to the mid back, half fold and bend forward. Back up. Release the arms out, bringing the hands back together above the head, down to the heart center. Good, bring the legs about the width of the chair or the mat. Bend the knees, bring the knees together. Straighten the legs about the width of the chair or the mat. Bend the knees. Bring the knees together. One more time. Straighten the legs. The width of the chair or the mat. Bend the knees and bring the knees together. We're going to go the opposite direction. The width of the mat or the chair. Straighten the legs. Bring the legs together and bend the knees. Again, the width of the mat of the chair. Straighten the legs. Bring the legs together and bend the knees. One more time. The width of the mat or chair. Straighten the legs. Bring the feet together and bend the knees. Release the arms. Shake them out. Good. We're going to walk the knees to one side of either the mat or the chair. And then we're going to grab the arm or twist the opposite direction. Good. Turning back to center. Walk the feet back to center And then walk them over to the other side of the chair or the mat. And then we're going to twist the upper body to the other side. Good. Walk the feet back to center and then turn back to center. Good. Straighten the legs about the width of the chair or the mat. We're going to stretch forward again. Good. Down towards the knees or the mat. Good. And gently back to sitting. Good. Stretch forward again. Back down. Roll back to sitting. One more time. Stretch forward. Down. And gently back to sitting. Good. We're going to stretch forward again. This time we're going up towards the ceiling. Gently back. Back up towards the ceiling. Forward. Good. Back up towards the ceiling. Gently come back. Back up towards the ceiling and forward. Back up towards the ceiling. Gently come back. Back up towards the ceiling. Gently come forward. Good. Release the arms. Shake them out. Good. I'm going to have us gently twist to one side, holding onto the arm of the chair or bracing on that back hand. We're going to go up with the opposite arm. Good. Back down on that twist and back to center. To the other side and up with that free arm. Good. Back down on that twist and back to center. Back to that first side. Up with that front arm. We're going to bend the elbow. Take it away from the body and straighten the arm. Bend the elbow again. Bring it back in. Good. Back up towards the ceiling. Back down on the twist and back to center. Good. Over to that other side. Twist. Up with that front arm. Bend that elbow. Take it away from the body. Straighten the arm. Bend the elbow. Bring it back in towards the body. Back up towards the ceiling. Back on the twist. And back to center. Good. Rotate that head. Both directions. Good. I'm going to have us bring our arms out to the side. Bend into goddess. We're going to bring them almost together, about shoulder width apart. We're going to crisscross at the elbows. And then we're going to crisscross again at the forearms. And one more time with the hands. Good. Release the hands, the forearms, the elbows, back into goddess. Good. Other side. Crisscross other elbow on top. Crisscross the forearms. And then crisscross the hands. Uncross the hands, the forearms, the elbows, back into goddess. Bring the hands back together at the low back. Up to the mid back. Other hand on top. back to the low back, and release out. Good. Hands just above the knees, and I want to do that seated cat and cow. Really arching that back, opening that heart center, working the neck, bringing the head forward and back as you do seated cat and cow. Remember that stomach is deflating and inflating on your in and out breath. Back and forth at your pace. Keep your breath going as you're moving. A few more times. And then back to center when you're ready. Good, I'm going to have us brace on the arm or one hand, either one. We're going to go up with that other arm, straight in front of us, down towards the mat or the knees, back up towards the ceiling, gently behind us, back up towards the ceiling, just to the side of us, and then down. We're going to go over to the other hand, up with the other arm, good, straight in front of us, good, back up towards the ceiling, down to the side of us, back up towards the ceiling, gently behind us, back up towards the ceiling, and then down. Good, back up to the other side. Good, this time we're going to twist to bring it to the other side. Good, back up towards the ceiling and down. Other side, up, and then stretch to bring it to the side of you. Good, back up towards the ceiling. Good, and down. Give yourself another big hug. Bottom arm, we're going to straighten. Good, back in, and then straighten the top arm. Good, back in. Release the arms into goddess. Good, another big hug. Other arm on top. We're going to straighten that bottom arm again. Good, back in, and then straighten that top arm. Good, back in. Gently bring the elbows towards the heart center, and then release the arms open. Good, rotate that head again. Both directions. Good, rotate the arms as if you were swimming, forward or backwards, whichever you're comfortable with. And then the opposite direction. Still moving the arms as if you were swimming. Good, down to the wrists. Stretch the fingers. Good, shift side to side and lift up those hips. Good, bring the feet about mat width apart or chair width apart. Straight, shake the legs. Energy to the knees. Rotate the ankles. stretch the toes. Good. And then I want you to do that body scan from the top of the head to the tips of the fingers and the tips of the toes, and feel, is there a certain pose or stretch that comes to mind to do? Tension or a lock or block in the body? Move how you need to. And then center in when you're ready. Using that one point focus or gently closing the eyes. Center in with the breath. The rise and fall of the body as you breathe in and as you breathe out. In the mind's eye, please see yourself at a body of water. See your reflection in the water. Notice how the water is. Is it still? Or maybe it's moving. Either way, you can still see your reflection in the water. Notice if it's bright or dull outside. Is the sun shining? What's the weather like? As you look at your reflection in the water, notice what color your water is. From your reflection, gently look up from the water and notice what you see. In the mind's eye, whether you were sitting or standing, however you were. Give yourself a nice stretch in that moment. A big smile for gratitude. For giving self time. When you're ready, gently move the toes. Start to come out of that one point focus or open the eyes. Move the feet, the legs, the fingers, the hands, the arms, the head, the torso, and give yourself a nice stretch. Good, I'll have us make that big circle again, hands together above the head, down to the heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Until next time, love and light.